Hello, one and all. Welcome back to Braden Whitmire's playthrough of Super Mario RPG. Get away from me there, bub. I'm trying to talk. Uh, Welcome back to Super Mario RPG playthrough 100%. We are still going through the main quest. We are trying to finish up the forest today. In the last episode, we basically started our journey. And if you notice any discrepancies between the stats on this episode and the last episode, that is because I accidentally did not save well, I did save my progress, but I accidentally overwrote it right before I got started again. So you probably got some things different like coins, experience points, things like that. I'm going to go ahead and save. I'm using save states, but still, those are good backups when you mess up like I did earlier. See, is that a mushroom? It is. I don't really need it, but it's good to have, I guess. In this part, you got to follow Geno. To be honest with you, sometimes I still lose him. I think it's this way. Yeah, I think I'm getting it. And this way. Alright. Good old muscle memory. And here we find Mr. Bowyer. Bowyer, something like that. I'm going to go Bowyer since he uses a bow. And a bow seems to be part of his strange anatomy on his backside. And he has a strange fascination with saying nya nya. And here comes our hero of the episode. And we're going to start this little battle scene here with Mr. Geno fighting Bowyer. He claims to serve a higher authority. He calls that star a star piece, so he seems to know what's going on. So this is a very, very important part of the story. And one of the bigger battles in the game. And Mallow showing classic cowardice. And he has to convince himself not to cry. Naturally. And Mario to save the day yet again. And Mallow, of course, too. He's just a little late to the show. Alright, now we can officially start this battle. Geno only has the Geno beam right now, which I don't think really does much to Bowyer, or Bowyer or whatever. So let's just stick with his main attack, which isn't half bad. It's actually pretty cool. It's like that little detachable handgun thing. I need to start leveling up more so I can do like my super jump. I probably should have leveled up before I came here, to be honest with you. But that's okay. We will go ahead and just use what we have. Because he's really not that tough of a boss, if you know what you're doing. Okay, well, Bowyer here is going to decide that 3 against 1 is not fair. Unlike most bosses who just kind of go with it. So he is going to place buttons on the ground. When he shoots an arrow at one of the buttons, either Y, X, or A, it will eliminate that button from my use. So right now I can use everything I want. But in a minute you'll see where he will shoot an arrow at it, and I will not be able to use that button. Good news is he can only do 1 at a time. He can't eliminate 2 out of 3 at once. That's why it is good to actually be loaded up on some mushrooms. Because you won't always have Mallow to use some flower points to heal you with his HP rain. Now in that attack I don't really ever seem to be able to dodge that, so there are some attacks that you can't really avoid. Let's see, I cannot use my A, so I will go ahead and use Geno Beam. Claims that if you hold Y it will power up, so that's what I do. Really nothing to it. And it takes 30, so it's fair in this case. I'm going to go ahead and, well, let's see what a jump does. Yeah, pretty good. I'm going to use Mallow's HP Rain on Mario. If you push Y in the middle, or towards the end of the rain, it will restore even more. Well, multi-attack, it's good that it missed Geno, it's kind of helpful. Gonna go ahead, oh yeah. I keep hitting A out of instinct. Another good hit. I forget what Fire Orb does, but I'm gonna go ahead and just play it. Play it rather conservative. That was a pretty good hit right there. I'm gonna Thunderbolt. See what that does. Either hits him pretty good or it's actually really bad. Don't do that. Don't hit him with Thunderbolt. Don't do what I just did, kids. And that's gonna put Mario to sleep. Another thing to note is that I have equipped Mallow with the True Form pin. So nobody can turn Mallow, into a mushroom or a scarecrow. Now in this case, some Able Juice can usually help, but I was silly and didn't pack any. But that's alright. Let's just attack. It's actually best when he disables Y. Because there's a lot of stuff I can do with X and A. Especially when regular attacks are getting the job done. Yeah, his Froggy Stick attack is a lot more powerful in this case than his Thunderbolt. Okay, at this point it's going to start being time to do some healing work. Let's go ahead and make the time now. Let's start with Mallow. Well, yeah, let's start with Mallow, because Mario's asleep anyway. Even if he has to die and I have to bring him back, so be it. I will go ahead and heal him, though, with some HP Rain. And while X is open, I am going to do a little honey syrup to restore some of those precious, precious flower points. Mario's awake. Let's see what our situation is. Looks okay enough. Let's go ahead and just do an attack, because I think we're about done with this guy. I'm not going to do Thunderbolt because it's practically worthless. Let's take this opportunity to do a little more honey syrup. Get 10 more. Okay, well now we cannot do weapons, which is kind of the worst thing. But I'm thinking the next few shots ought to get him. So it shouldn't be a big deal. Okay. Lightning Orb. On Mallow, can't really dodge that. 10, not bad. Let's do another round of hits. Any moment now, he's going to disappear. I'm feeling it. Any minute. Well, good. I'm not being sarcastic either. That's actually good. I don't like to have my weapons out of... Uh-oh. I don't like to not have my weapons at disposal. Especially in situations like this. This would be a little bit of a disaster if I couldn't use my X at this point. Ah, and I got a freebie. Feels great. Let's use some of these mushrooms instead of using our flower points. Let's go ahead and heal Mario up. I'm sure he's feeling good there. Static E, it's really hitting hard, isn't it? It's just not fun. Bring Mallow back. See, this battle would be so much easier if I gone ahead and just fought some more enemies and leveled up some. But I've been hasty on this playthrough. I need to slow it down a little bit, fight some more monsters. So I think I'm going to slow it down a little bit, if you don't mind, from this point on. Well, for a little bit. We'll speed it up at some point, but just not right now. I really need to level up a bit. Need to take advantage of these fights a little more instead of just dodging enemies. Because I can still beat the boss, but it's actually wasting more time to just go at it than it is to just gain up the experience points before big battles like this. But even so, if you do come to this battle at this point, stats-wise, you're not in for really a bad time. It's just requires a little patience, which apparently I am lacking while I'm playing through this. But that's okay. It's only episode 10, and we got a flower box. There's some experience points for us, speaking of, and some coins. And speaking of the devil of leveling up, here's Mario with his level up. He feels great, I'm sure. And there's that, there's that super jump we've been wanting. Or I've been wanting, especially. I want to get some power. It's going to be great to level up Mallow and Geno a bit. Oh, spoiler alert, by the way. Geno is fixing to join the team, which I'm sure if you've never played this game before, you are kind of getting that vibe that he will. And so Geno is visiting for a high purpose. Here comes a little bit of the unveiling of the story. You've heard of the wishing upon a star. They're going to take that little folklore and intertwine that. At the Star Road, your wish is transformed into a star. When it's granted, it then turns into a shooting star and falls down to Earth. So you see, the Star Road plays an integral role in granting wishes. I cannot talk today. But ever since a sword destroyed the Star Road, everything's come to a halt. No stars have been made since. The way things stand, yours is a world where wishes can't come true anymore. And so that star right there is a piece of that Star Road. And there just so happen to be 7 pieces of that Star Road. And this is number 2. Some star pieces are rather easy to get in this game and just kind of come along as you go. Others you will have to fight a bit for. And Geno now tells us that he chose the Geno doll to inhabit because Geno looked like the strongest. Kind of an insult to Mario. I like it. He goes against the grain. Let's get this second star piece here. Number 2 feels great. Things are looking up indeed. And much like the last boss fight, this guy has heard stuff and is apparently going to go inform his boss, Smithy. So now we have a lot of stories intertwining into one. We have the Star Road, which explains the big sword falling in the sky. We have Mallow trying to find his family, who apparently live up in the clouds because he is a Nimbus. And now we have kind of Geno, who is trying to save his land from Star Road. And we have unraveled Moleville, or we have unlocked it, excuse me. Like I say, I cannot talk tonight. And Moleville is one of my favorite places in the game, mostly because it has much better items to choose from. It has better mushrooms, and it has better syrups. And they're a little pricey, but that's okay. In the next episode, we... do I want to do the pipe vault or do I want to go to Moleville? Yeah, in the next episode, catch me, we'll go to Moleville. This isn't really a big part of the story, but we might use it to do some leveling up later. We'll come back and we'll do all these secrets and stuff, I promise. But right now, I think I'm going to take us to Moleville. And then I'm thinking at some point in that episode, we will come to the pipe vault, fight some enemies, get some goodies, whatnot. Next episode, we're going to kind of take our time and do things right. I will see you over there. Thanks for watching.